Cracklin Cornbread to go with a pot of beans that I cooked today. It's an old southern favorite, but not many people know about it. It goes back hundreds of years, and it's one of the forgotten foods of the past. But join me now. I'm going to make Cracklin Cornbread. Well, I'm sure the first thing that comes to mind is, what in Sam Hill is a cracklin? This is cracklins here. I bought them down at Walmart. In a lot of stores, they're also known by the Spanish name chicharrones. And to make it simple, they're fried fat and skins off of pigs. Pigs are different from cattle and many other things in the fact that their layer of fat, about an inch or inch and a half thick, is attached to the skin itself, and it's very difficult to remove the hide from a pig without removing the fat layer. And once it's removed, they cut it in strips and put it in a big pot and start cooking it, and it renders the lard out of the fat on that, and they become just little crunchy items like this. And they're good snacks. A lot of people rather have them than potato chips any day, and in a lot of ways they're better for you. But the cracklins are also used in cooking in cornbread, and they actually make a meat dish in a lot of cases where they're cooked in there. So I'm going to make some cracklin cornbread today to have with this pot of beans that I've already cooked over here, with salt pork, which is what was used to flavor beans years ago, and it adds the salt to them, and it's good. Ham, of course, is better, but lacking ham, salt pork, which is actually a salt-cured bacon, is mighty good to season beans with. Well, I've got everything together here to make my cornbread. I have a box of Jiffy corn muffin mix. Now, they also make cornbread mix, but corn muffin mix, it has some sugar already in it. If you're using cornbread mix, you want to add about a tablespoon of sugar to your mix when you're making it. But other than that, the only difference in the corn muffin mix and cornbread mix is the sugar, is the sweetness in it. And I've got my stash of bacon grease, milk, a third cup of self-rising flour, and an egg. And the reason for this is to make the bread a little bit less crumbly and it holds together better. And then I have my cracklins here, which I'll put in there. Okay, the instructions on the corn muffin mix here is 1 package of corn muffin mix, 1 egg, 2 tablespoons of shortening melted, and a ½ cup of milk. So I'm going to break the egg into here. And I'm going to put a little more than a ½ cup of milk so it'll take up the extra flour there. Get it to where I can read it here. Okay, that's slightly over ½ a cup of milk. I know what to whip these two together. Now I'll put in the muffin mix here. These boxes are always hard to open. Well, I don't want to use this box. It's got weevils in it. Well, this box here has the same expiration date on top of it, and it doesn't have weevils. And they've been up there on the shelf together, and don't know how that manages to happen. That one box would have weevils and the other one doesn't. The weevil eggs are in the cornmeal, and what you can do is keep it in the refrigerator or stick it in the microwave and heat it up for above 130 degrees for a few minutes, and it will kill the eggs. Should have done that before I stored that, but it's done, so that goes in the trash, and I'll make up this mixture here, and it's going to take a little more milk than Okay, got that mixed. Now I'm going to take care of my bacon grease that goes in there as the shortening in it. Okay, this is my stash here of bacon grease, and there's nothing that will make cornbread like bacon grease. And what about a tablespoon of it here, I'd say. And I'll heat that and melt it and put it in the mix. Okay, that is melted, and I'll pour most of it in here and put the skillet back in to preheat. And I want to preheat the oven to about 400 degrees, and I'll beat this lard here into the batter. Oh, the skillet is hot, and what I want to do is pour a layer of this batter into the bottom, and spread it around. And add about half of this package of cracklins on top of it. Check these out. My son, who's fourth generation Texan but lives in California, was in line at a grocery store there and had a bag of chicharrones under his arm. He lives up in the valley, and lots of the typical valley girls up there in their Birkenstock shoes and blue jeans with the knees out of them, and tofu in their baskets, and kale and all those other good things like that. And she looked there and she says, "Oh no, don't tell me that's what I think it is." And he says, "Yes ma'am, that is fried fat. And the good thing about it is an animal had to die to get it." And she just went ballistic and stormed out, left her grocery cart sitting there with the groceries in it. She wouldn't even go through the checkout line with him. And spread this out across here. Now back into the oven with this. Set the timer there to about 15 minutes or something like that, and we'll check it to see how it looks. Okie-doke, it is done. Bring it over there and put it on this burner to rest a minute, and ooh, looks good. Perfect. That's ready to go to the table. And I hear the beans cooking over there, bubbling, and so dinner is ready as soon as we're ready to have it. Well, here it is on the table. Beans, got some onions in there. Cracklin cornbread. Looks good, and I'm going to see how it tastes now. Okay, let's see how these beans taste. They were cooked with salt pork.
That's good.
And that cornbread's good too. Nothing like some chopped onions and the beans. Well, this is the kind of meal that was popular during the Depression, and for good reason, because it is really good. You ought to make some of it sometime. It'll surprise you. And especially the Cracklin Cornbread. Many times that cornbread was used as a meat side in a meal. So God bless America, God bless Texas, and see you on my next video. Thanks for watching.